Hey guys, welcome out to another episode of the Pod of War podcast. I am, of course, your host, EOF Gizmo, joined by CW Lanky.
Hello.
And the mass that dasses, Chris Pengelly.
Hello, everyone.
So, guys,
What
another
would you
week.
define as a DAS? I'm interested.
Yeah, what is massive DAS? Let's answer this question now.
It's just my name. That's just it. It's
Is
just
it like
nothing
the
really.
random gamer tag that it gives you when you like?
No,
sign up your
it's
account?
one I've made. It's
Dashed
one I
Scarab
thought
69 or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. That was the insight we needed to
Mm.
massive DAS. Obviously, CW Lanky is his name, and the fact that he's lanky. Really thought about it.
Yeah.
Mine is my old band name and my fantasy football team name. So, and I really like that, like rat chick from Chippendale Rescue Rangers. So, there is a get for some people. Craig doesn't have a clue what I'm going on about because he doesn't like cartoons. Anyway, so it's another week of life. We're getting ever closer to E3, so the news cycle is starting to slow down a bit.
Yeah, the only real news was GTA 5 Next Gen's coming November. That was like it. That was the only real news.
And yeah, cool. I can't believe that we still have to talk about GTA 5. And we're going to keep talking about GTA 5 because it's never leaving the top 10. Who's left to buy that game? I don't know, but...
Well, I guess someone, if you're going by legal, is 18 every day. So, new person to...
Yeah, no one
So-
under 18's ever played GTA, to be fair.
Yeah, so...
Anyway, we're going to start, as we always start, with what we've been playing. We'll start with my boy, Craig Warren. So, Craigo, what have you been playing this week?
So for the third week on a trot, I believe, all I have played is More Judgment. I'm grinding through that game. I think I'm either 37 or 38 hours in now. I'm actually up to chapter 11 as well, which I think is the penultimate one. I believe there's 12 chapters in that game. So this might be the last week, boys. This might be it. This could be the final push.
Famous last words.
Yeah, to get me over the line.
No, it'd be next week. You'd be like, I've finished Judgment.
Well,
Again,
yeah,
so you-
yeah.
yeah, get it four weeks in a row.
But yeah, game's still great. Story gets better and better the more you like get it as well. One of the better like stories in a video game I'd say that I've played. Combat's still great. Game's awesome. If you haven't played that sort of game, give it a go. Not much more I can say about it.
Most of that series is on Game Pass, so if you
Exactly.
like the look of it. And the Yakuza games have great stories as well, so I know that a lot of them are in Japanese, and that is, for Craig, is a bridge too far, but
Definitely.
is what it is. Alright, Craig, well, nice and concise. I presume as well you haven't bought anything.
No.
No. I mean, next week he might have bought something because he'll have finished a game, so there's hope. Unless Game Pass comes
Possibility of
out.
that, actually.
There is a
Yeah.
game coming next week which Craig is interested in. We'll talk about later. But before we get to that, obviously, let's get to the main event. Obviously, Pengi, what have you bought, played, tasted, demoed, or whatever this week?
Right, cool. So last week I started the Immortals DLC, the third one, which is the top-down one. I went back and played some more of it, and I've decided it was terrible, and it is terrible. I don't like it uses roguelike elements, like so if you die, you lose all your infantry. So if you upgraded your sword stays upgraded, but you lose all your olives or whatever, and the game relies heavily on that to do missions and stuff. Where like you have to get 5 olives, 3 figs, and 6 months eyes and stuff like that. Which okay, if you don't die often or whatever, that's fine. It's kind of annoying. And the only other thing I had is, even though it's a brand new map and it's gone like the top down, I've had issues where like fighting a bunch of enemies and your camera's basically just looking at a cliff. It's like, surely we designed the map to not have like something so high up, so it goes there. And I was like, right, if I wanted to play a roguelike, I can just play Hades, which is like won multiple Game of the Years last year and stuff like that. And you know what I've played of Hades is pretty good. And it's like, well, I could just be playing Hades instead if I wanted to play a roguelike than this, and that's just what it is. So, basically, bin that off. Thing. So
Would you
the
say
second
the season pass for this has been worth it then? Because obviously you were quite excited about the season pass.
No, only the second DLC is what I liked, which was basically the main game, but obviously just set in like Chinese mythology instead of Greek. That was it. It's basically more of that. If they made like a 3-part mini, a bit like, was it Freedom Cry or something, where they made like a mini proper adventure for like one of the if they'd
for
done
Black
that
Flag.
for the second one, like I don't know, an 8 hour or something, like a story, or just like in Chinese mythology, that might have been cooler. But yeah, not good. I guess they've tried different ideas, and I don't know which team did this roguelike thing. 'Cause obviously the second one was the Chinese team, so which is a new team. So maybe it's a brand new team, and that's what they decided to do. But yeah, that's now Immortals over for me. Played a little bit of Knockout City, which has just come to EA Play, so obviously I can play it on Xbox through Game Pass Ultimate because EA Play is part of that. It is like a weird 10-day free trial, so Switch is mostly the hardest console to like play it on in terms of freeness, because obviously there's no EA Play or anything on Switch compared to PlayStation or PC, and like no Game Pass. But obviously it has got a 10-day trial, it's cross-play and stuff like that. Yeah, what I played seemed quite cool. Does remind me a lot of Rocket Arena, like same art style. You don't really like, obviously this you're throwing dodgeballs, and in Rocket Arenas you got to knock them out of the arena, so it's that sort of thing. But I think this will do better due to the 10-day free trial and being on Game Pass or EA Play, wherever you want to play it. Like even on PlayStation, the game's normally 20 quid after 10 days, but EA plays 20 quid for a year. So, I would just get 20 years worth of EA Play myself if I wanted to play this. And obviously with the crossplay right away will help it much more than like Rocket Arena did. So, yeah, it could be a fine multiplayer experience. And then the only other thing was I tried the Scarlet Nexus demo. We will guess more of this. Well, I can talk about it now. It comes out late June, but the demo is out now. Played a bit of that. Yeah, really liked it from what I played of the demo. I get a bit of Astral Chain vibes from it. I also get a bit, I've never played it, Genshin Impact, because you got like your main character. There's 2 you can play on in the demo. Played both characters, the guy and the girl. Different areas, but the story is exactly the same dialogue. It's just like the guy was talking to Major Yuri and the girl was talking to Major I'm trying to think of a character's name, Major Kasumi, but they had exactly the same dialogue, and even the final boss was exactly the same. It's just tweaked slightly different, and one of them boss was used water, so you use the power of a character that has electric, because electric water, and the other boss like used oil, so one of the characters you got has fire, so fire or oil starts to burn and stuff like that, and things like that. So it could be interesting when you got all these different characters you unlock for like what ones you take with you on the mission, because if you didn't have a fire character, it would be obviously you couldn't bind the oil on the boss, so could be some strategy to come when the game comes out and you have all these different options, like who do I take, what enemies are going to be on the map and that. Yeah, but I liked what I played of it, and that's it.
Nice. As for Knockout City, it's been picked up by streamers quite a lot recently, isn't it? So I can see that game.
Yeah, I've seen like
doing
Brie
pretty well.
Larson was even streaming it on YouTube.
And she's a celebrity. I think me and Craig will probably try that at some point this week, probably, knowing me and Craig. I like throwing balls at people. Craig likes catching balls, so it's all good for us. Nice, Pengle. That's quite concise for you. And I believe Scarlet Nexus's demo is Xbox exclusive at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment the demo is on Xbox first.
Because no Japanese games on Xbox, peeps. Anyway, as for me, only one pickup this week, and that is this beautiful Seagate Xbox Series expansion card, I guess. Just because I've been playing my Xbox an absolute ton recently with different pockets of friends. So one group of friends wants to play Battlefield, which takes up 80 gig. One other friend wants to play A Way Out for example, Craig, and that takes up this. And then by the time I'm playing my own games, the Series S doesn't really have enough memory. So I was like, you know what? Amazon's doing this thing now where you can buy these things monthly. They like a 5-month interest-free like purchase thing. So I think it's like £32. It's costing me a month for 5 months. I was like, I need it. It's fine. I don't mind paying it. So I've now got 1.3 terabytes now on my Series S. Already got like 40 games installed, so I can be as indecisive as I like, and I love it.
Paralyzed by choice.
Well, it's just like even the silly things like, so I re-downloaded the Master Chief Collection because I wanted to get some footage for something, and I'm like, right, so I need to limit now what part of it I need installed because I haven't got room. Whereas now I can be like, I'm just going to install all of it. At some point, me and Craig will probably do the Master Chief playlist, probably running up to Infinite if I know me and Craig. So I could see like, I can play if we decide to do it, it's installed. That's basically what I'm saying. As for what I've been playing, I've been playing a lot of the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which I picked up on my Series S, and I'm absolutely in love with it. It's, Mass Effect 1 is one of my favourite games anyway. I haven't even played 2 yet, which is like the one that everyone wants me to play, but like Mass Effect 1 is what I've played so far. I'm doing every single side quest, so it is taking me time, and that's just how I like to play that game. There's also a lot of achievements linked to getting the majority of the game done, so I'm doing that. It's very much a remaster, not a remake. I got to make that really clear. So it still has the same problems that the first game had, but just not technical. So it runs nicely. I think it runs at 60 if you run it in frame rate mode for me. Obviously on Xbox it can run at 120, which you can't on PS5. So if you're going to buy it, if you have the new consoles, the Xbox Series version is better just because of backwards compatibility. It's way easier to do on Xbox. That's why it's running better. But it's a great game. The first game is definitely tweaked to play a little bit nicer than it was before. I liked it before anyway, so I'm probably the worst person to judge that on. I like the Mako, for example. It's never annoyed me. I don't get why people hate it. So, but yeah, great game, great characters, great story. I recommend this collection. If you've not played Mass Effect, it's a massive recommendation because it will probably come to EA Play at some point. If not, you get that EA Play discount for getting it on Xbox because of Game Pass, and I suspect it will be one of those games that's like £30 on like Amazon fairly soon because EA games tend to drop quite heavily quickly. So yeah, very, very much recommend the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Other than that, not really playing anything else. I've dabbled. I went home this weekend, so I did dabble in a bit of oh god, what's the racing game on Mega Drive called, Chris? Virtual Racing, right? The one that's like Formula 1. I played some of that on my Switch while I was on a train, and I played a little bit of Mario Galaxy just because. And guess what? Those games are still great. They're just old games. I haven't played anything new all week, so I'm going to be getting all retro and hipstery in the coming weeks just to really excite Craig because he loves it. He loves that retro hipstery goodness. But that's it. That's it for what we've played this week. Nice and concise, 13 minutes, which is usually just Chris on his own, so not bad.
Yeah, it's just been a weird week. I didn't play anything until yesterday, so it could have even been shorter. And I got no pickups for a second week in a row.
I know, that's madness. I mean, it means you're going to have one big pickup week where you get like 60 games, right? And obviously Craig will have his legendary pickup soon that he could play. He has actually had a pickup because I sent him a pickup, but he hasn't brought that on the show yet. So when he plays it in 2023, he can bring that on the show.
Is it Sleeping Dogs?
No. Craig, I'm not. Craig has to take his own decision on Sleeping Dogs. I like the. By the way, sir, I don't really know who this person is. I think it's the person. I think it's someone from the forum, right?
Yeah, G-name. Yeah.
Big shout out to Mr. Jones for purchasing Sleeping Dogs. You need to let me know how you're finding it. As I've said many times, it's the best game on every console that it's on. So, well done, sir. We've done a good thing, boys. Anyway, let's move on to the topic of the show. Obviously, this is going to be run by Chris because he has the list. So we're basically chatting what's left of Q2 up until E3 or past it. Yeah, I'm not even sure. But what's left coming out that we're excited for the next sort of like month, basically, because it's E3 next month.
Yeah,
so
and things could always change with
What's that?
Change with E3.
You can't. There's not going to be a major news story or topic for us to go to until we get to the E3 prediction episode in a couple of weeks' time. So we're just going to have a little chat about stuff coming out. So without a further ado, Mr. Pengelly, let's start rattling off this list. Not do it too quickly because we want to discuss the games. Okay, so let's
Okay,
go.
cool. So starting on the 25th of May, and I believe one of these is one that you were talking about. Craig might be excited for. He's hoping it reviews well, and that's Biomutant.
Yes. So Craig, Biomutant, talk to me about it.
This is obviously a game that's been in development for donkey's years at this point. Trailers have looked amazing for years, almost too good. I think that's been the big thing. Like everyone's looking at it, going like, "This is this studio's first game, I believe." You're looking at it and you're going, "God, this looks bloody ambitious for a first game." So I don't know. I wonder if it's going to be too good to be true. We'll see in literally 2 days, I believe. I'm guessing reviews will probably drop tomorrow for it.
24th, the reviews
Yeah.
go live.
So we'll see. I mean, I hope it's good because, like I said, the trailers just look great. Obviously, it's about cats as well. And who doesn't like, cute, fluffy cats? Everyone likes cute, fluffy cats.
I don't. It's also by our friends at THQ, and
Yeah.
I know Craig joins me in our like weird love for THQ. They're kind of like hitting out the park recently. So I hope Biomutant does well. It's previewing quite well, which is a good sign. I know that PlayStation's official channel put up an hour and a half playthrough of it, and they don't tend to play the games they kind of know are stinkers. So take that as you will. But I'm also quite curious about Biomutant. It's one of those games that if it does review well, it might be my pickup next payday once I've finished with Mass Effect.
Yeah, I think the same. I do want to see how it reviews because it does look interesting. It's one of those ones that's going to go either way. I can see it getting 6s, but I can see it getting like 8s as well from like the trailers. This is, like you said, it's their first game, and they could you've been way too ambitious with this, and it turns out not to be good, or they knock out the park first go.
And of course, it's
weird
THQ,
one.
so it's got
As
a
well,
massive
it's
collector's
been-
edition.
Yeah, it's been in development for so long. Like, even a month ago, I was like, that game's not coming out. On the 25th, it's going to get delayed. There's no way it's coming out. And now we're 2 days away, and I'm like, it's actually coming out. This game's...
They
it's gonna
kind of have a
exist.
history of this, though, because I'm pretty sure Destroy All Humans and... Destroy All Humans, the other one, Kingdoms of Amalur, and one other game that THQ did, as the SpongeBob game, they announced it, they put, collector's editions up for pre-order, 2 years before it came out, and then just suddenly, they didn't have a date until, 2 weeks. For me, that tells me they just wait until it's ready, and then they just go, it's coming out next week, so it's ready. But, that seems to be their track record. I don't think they've really had a 6 month in advance, right, this is the release date for Darksiders 4 or whatever. I don't think they've really done that. I think even Genesis had a small delay. So yeah. Biomutant. What's the other game on that day then, Pengu?
Shin Megami Tensei 3 HD, which has been reviewed already. It's reviewed quite well. I think it's on 84 or 86 on OpenCritic, so positively reviewed. But the main one is that it seems to be pretty much a straight port of the game, just looking slightly better. Seen some reviews saying that it's a bit pricey due to being basically a straight port, but still reviewed well because the actual game is still good. It's just one of those weird ones. Yeah. So I'm not sure if I'm going to get myself or not. I know you said I might not like it.
You will
It's
not
one
like it.
I may wait for a sale, but it's an Atlas game, and Atlas games rarely go in sale. They normally go the other way. They normally go up in price.
The PS4 releases have dropped quite a lot because there's always a lot of copies of them.
Yeah,
it's one
but
of
the
those,
limited editions of the Persona 5s are just going
of
up and
course,
up and up.
the collector's editions
So,
and stuff. But as a game to actually play, I don't recommend it for you at all.
Yeah.
It's too
I
hard.
think this would be another one of the year of the Switch, wouldn't it? Where it would be a couple of hours and then
Yeah,
that
it's
would
not.
be done.
I'm
Yeah,
not making
'cause-
the mistake. It's that and Bravely Default. The second time this year, I'm going. Nope. I'm not being tempted. That's not
Like I
happening.
said, I think it was even Nintendo Life's review were as it's basically a port. If you want to play it, just buy the digital PS3 version because I think it's a tenner. So, obviously it doesn't look as good, but yeah.
It's not an expensive retro game.
No,
on
it's
PS2,
not
you
even
can get
on
a copy
the
for about £20.
Yeah,
I've
so-
seen it for less, to be honest. Obviously over here it's called Lucifer's Call. If anyone's played, I played it back in the day, and it kicked my ass then. To be honest, it's a weird one for them to remaster. They should have probably done the Devil Saga games instead, but
Yeah,
They know people will
It's-
buy it because it's got Atlas on the front. So, and it's another game from Sega. So
yeah.
we'll see.
Cool. 27th, we've got Mech Warrior 5, which will launch into Game Pass. I believe it's already out on PC, but it's come to Xbox and PC. I'm kind of excited for this one. One, it goes straight into Game Pass. That's great. But we haven't had a Mech Assault game for donkey's years. So this is the closest I think we're going to get to a new Mech Assault on Xbox, like, a on the console, not just on PC. So I'm kind of excited for this one. Like I said, it's on Game Pass. I haven't really got much to lose if it is a crap port from PC to the console. Because I was thinking maybe being a mech game, you have to use every key or something on the keyboard. A bit like Steel Battalion back in the day, but see how it translates to consoles. But yeah, it's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, I mean, I played Mech Assault on the original Xbox because it was one
Yeah.
of the first Xbox Live games, but I haven't played a
Mhm.
mech game since then, to be honest with you. So it's on Game Pass. So if it turns out to be a bit of fun,
Yeah.
I can try it. But
And we haven't had an Armored Core for ages either.
no,
even though it's
Armored Core
new one of
series I
them.
haven't played since PS1. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass, right? So it might be, you might get a try, but it's not something I'm
Yeah.
going to go out of my way to play for sure.
Yeah, sure. You, Craig, you gonna give it a go because it's on Game Pass?
Craig doesn't know the words we just said.
No, I doubt it. I mean, unless it comes out and looks particularly good, but no.
I don't want to be a big mech and blow up
That's
other
what
big
Titanfall's
mechs.
for, though, Chris.
Yeah, I guess. Also on the same day you got Warhammer Age of Sigma.
For
Um,
Sigmar Protects, this game looks cheap as hell, but they kind of keep doing this, so I don't know. It's I think it's the first Age of Sigmar console game as well. I think they've all been
Yes,
End
yes.
Times before. I don't know. I kind of like. Is this the one that's the strategy RPG?
Yeah, it's the strategy one. Yeah.
Yeah. So they've make a lot of these games. There's like a lot of Warhammer strategy RPGs.
Anyone seems to be able to get the Warhammer license.
they-
I reckon
they-
even we could get the Warhammer
If
license.
I reckon I could drop an email and probably get it for like some indie game. But yeah, it's a full price. I think it's 30 maybe. I for the last time I checked, it's not something I'm going to pay £30 for in a sale. I might. It's also of the Warhammer games that are on your list, it is by far the least interesting. But yeah, not something I'm going to pick up. Definitely not a Craig game. So
No,
we don't even have to
everything.
send that to Craig as a question.
No.
There's a
No.
it's a solid no.
Yeah, okay. I thought so. Yeah, for me, trailers look okay. Like you said, one sale if it comes to Game Pass, Gold, or something like that. It is Focus Home, who are doing another one, which we'll get to in a minute. But yeah, on the 28th, though, we have World End Club, which I am excited for. This is a Switch. Switch exclusive sort of because it's been on Apple before, but the full game is now coming out because it was done in parts. Now the full game's coming out, and the whole full game is coming to Switch. It's from people that did Danganronpa and Virtual Last Reward. So it's like a weird puzzle horror game, but of like a weird, cute anime style. It looks really good. There is a demo of which you can carry your save over. I believe I've not played the demo because I already had it pre-ordered. So yeah, I'm excited for this one.
This is the visual novel that they showed at
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
direct.
like
It
the,
didn't look like a visual
weird-
novel, wasn't it?
Yeah, the one that
Yeah.
had the weird platformer elements as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
looks nice. That's all I can say really. I like the art style because it kind of looks like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Not for me. Definitely not a
No.
pre-order. If it were to come to Xbox, come to Game Pass, or it were to ever go on sale on Switch, it's a solid maybe. But no, that'll be a Chris Pengelly review for sure. That one.
Yeah, sure. Did you ever play Danganronpa on the Vita, Dave?
I played 1, 2, and Ultra Despair Girls. I haven't played 3 yet. I think those games are okay. I think the problem with those games and with Virtue's Last Reward is once you've played one of them, you've kind of played all of them. They're just kind of slightly different characters, slightly different puzzles, but they're okay. It'd be one of those types of games that would actually be interesting for someone like Craig to try, because I think he would probably like it once, but then I don't think you'd want to play a type of game like that for another 2 years, because it's basically Saw. It's the only way I can describe what it is really. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. The Danganronpa games are very well made, if anything. But
Cool. On the same day is Wonder Boy Asher Monster World, which is like a remake of
Monster
Wonder
World
Boy game.
4, I believe.
Yeah.
Monster 4 looks rubbish. They've gone for a really weird 2.5D, almost PS1 polygon art style, and it kind of looks wank, if I'm honest. The original game had beautiful 2D pixel art, which I believe they have included as like a Halo Master Chief Collection flick button, I think. Yeah, it doesn't look great. It's kind of, they've done a lot of these games recently. There was Monster Boy and Monster World that came out with really nice like hand drawn art styles over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
It's on everything. I think they're on Xbox as well.
So I think the Monster Boy games look really good, to be fair.
Yeah, they do. And if you watch the trailer for this one, the art style is awful. Like, it really is. Like, it looks so cheap, which is a shame because this is the one that's kind of not really come over here. I think there might have been a PS2 port in America, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, possibly.
But it's one of those. We've missed out over here. So it's good that it includes the original version. But it's £35 for a pre-order. I would hold off until it's cheaper, or play the other two games that came out before, because Monster Boy and Monster World are great games.
Yeah. Cool. Then the other Warhammer game, and also Focus Home again, is Necromunda Hired Gun.
This is a sneaker. This could be like a sleeper hit. So because Necromunda is a spin-off Warhammer board game, which you're basically like Mad Max gangs in like an underworld thing, and it's a really cool lore world. The game looks like Doom, like New Doom. It looks just like New Doom, and it looks really cool.
You got like a dog sidekick.
You've got a dog
as well,
sidekick. It's like £25 at the minute as well.
There is a physical version coming out the 30th of June. So 1st of June is digital on Xbox, PlayStation, and like PC. 30th if you want it physical on Xbox.
Well, yeah, I mean that could be one of those. It comes out digitally, it reviews well. It might be worth picking up for a pre-order on physical, because it does look genuinely good. And like I said, the setting is really, really interesting. So it's one of those that I think Craig might like it, looking at the trailers. But yeah, that's the one I'm of the two games, 100%. That is the Warhammer game to keep your eye on for sure. Have you seen this, Craig?
Yeah, I saw one trailer for it, and like you said, it does look very much like Doom, but just set in the Warhammer universe. I guess we're going to see a lot of that sort of thing with the success of the Doom series, like resurgence that it's had over the last few years. It's going to be a lot of like games.
Yeah, which is cool because we've missed those type of games, right? And obviously, the Warhammer in general is like massively more popular because of COVID. So obviously we've got Darktide coming later in the year as well, which is really the main event for me and Craig. So I mean, I hope Necromunda Hired Gun reviews like high 7s, 8s. I might pick it up. I might even pick it up on disc, actually, because it
kind of shows you, obviously, the two Warhammer games coming literally 2 days like apart, both Focus Home. They're only doing one physical, so like you can see which one they measure.
I think they think they've got a hit on their hands because they've really pushed Hired Gun. Like they've barely mentioned Age of Sigmar. So yeah, we'll see. I almost put it in my fantasy group.
Great price point as well, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Cool. Then on the 4th of June is another Switch exclusive. This one's published by Nintendo themselves. That's DC Superhero Girls Team Power. I know, Dave, you're very excited for this one.
Well, this is your game of the year, Chris. Yeah. You've pre-ordered the collector's edition of this one with the like dolls, whatever.
Yeah, dolls of Batgirl. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Obviously,
it looks like a kid's game.
It's not really. It's a weird one for Nintendo to get as an exclusive. A Warner Brothers property, DC, I mean, think of that, it's kind of big, but it just seems really odd.
You bundle it with Switch Lights at Christmas, kids will ask for it. It's a kids game. It's one of those things like it's one of those games you can't even really take reviews seriously for it, because if it works, it'll be good enough for kids. You know what I mean? Like that's its market. They obviously have a toy range that is those toys. I'm guessing because they've done that before. They used to do that on the 360 and the PS2 and stuff all the time. So for those type of people, I don't think it's full price either. I think it's like 35, 40 maybe.
No, I think it's full price, and I think it's got
It's like
like a full digital release.
Twitch game, they're all full
Physical,
price.
yeah, physical release.
So true. But yeah, I think it will do fine. I almost guarantee it will be a Switch Lite bundle at some point. You will see it and it will do well. But it's not a game for me. It's not a game for Craig. It's definitely a game for you.
The blue one. I can see it with the blue one because obviously I know Batgirl's costume in the game is
well,
more
you could do one of them, couldn't you? They could put.
I can see that.
They'll do a red Switch Lite this year, right? That's the only colour they haven't really done, so they could do that as well. But yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Cool. 8th of June is Chivalry 2.
Chivalry 2. Pengle's struggled with that one.
I was gutted when because I thought this was Game Pass, and I thought this looks like great Game Pass shenanigans, but unfortunately it's not. So.
Did you play Chivalry 1, Craig?
Oh god, no. But just the chaos of watching the trailer for it and some of the gameplay just looks silly.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah,
it's kind of fun. Not enough fun to pay
for Game Pass.
Yeah, Game Pass would have done well. Like what was the RPG that was like that Dan really liked?
Kingdom
of Amalur? No. Kingdoms of Reckoning. Kingdoms of Reckoning.
Something like that.
Yeah.
If you know the one I mean. The one where you're
I know the one you mean.
You're like a peasant.
Kingdom Come Deliverance or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Either you've mentioned that or you've pulled a game from like the original Xbox out of your ass because it was games like Kingdom Under Fire. That might have been.
Yeah, it was Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Yeah, it looks kind of like that. And again, on Game Pass, Chivalry, cool. It's a PC game. It will do well on PC.
Yeah, but like you said, no Game Pass. So right.
This would be big on Twitch.
On Twitch, yeah. All of the Twitch streamers will play it for a week. It'd be great.
Yeah.
So the 11th of June, we have, starting the first one, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart.
Never heard of it.
So obviously,
one I'm hoping does very well for my fantasy.
Yeah, it was a fantasy critic. It's probably It's probably the game that is going to break Chris for buying a PS5 if he can get one. This is it, a big if he can get one. I own a PS5. I am not paying £70 for it. I'm sorry. I will get it at the end of the year for sure because I love the Ratchet & Clank games, but I'm not spending £70 in June. I've got too much.
He's going to break Chris?
I won't. I'll make a bet right now. So if I buy Ratchet & Clank before Christmas, I will buy you a copy of Sleeping Dogs, Craig. Okay, and I will buy Chris something. It's how you can't buy Chris because he owns every game. But I will buy you a physical copy. I'll buy you both a physical copy of Sleeping Dogs if I buy that game before Christmas.
Okay.
There you go.
Commitment.
It's just too expensive. Like, as much fun as it is, like, I'll get it as a present for Christmas. Like, it's like 50 quid. I'm sure it'll be great. I'm sure it'll be a 95 whatever game. It'll probably be the best game reviewed this year so far. But I just cannot bring myself to spend £70 on a game. Sorry.
Yeah, it's quite expensive, but also on that day, if you don't want to spend 70 quid, Dave, you could spend 20 quid for some DLC, or you could buy the 70 quid physical version, and that's Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate, which has the new intermission mission, I guess you want to call it, on it.
I'm kind of afraid of this because obviously, right, so it's on PlayStation, which means the download upgrade process is terrible. So they gave it they put it on PS Plus. You don't get the free upgrade on PS Plus.
Yeah.
So that's a problem.
If you own the game.
Own it, right? So I own a physical copy of 7. So I'm like, right. Will I have to start again? Probably. Will my trophies carry over if I don't start again? Probably not. And 20 quid for a DLC, which potentially is going to be a couple of hours. I think. I don't think it's
2 hours long.
2 hours.
I think it's 2 hours. Yeah.
See, that's
10 quid per hour. There you go, bargain.
That's a wait for a sale. 100%. That's a wait for a sale for me.
The reason, again, obviously, thing is Remake 2, or whatever you want to call it, Part 2, whatever they're going to call it, will carry on from the Yuffie DLC.
Yeah.
So Yuffie
and
DLC is full canon.
PS5 exclusive. I don't think the second part, unless it comes out this year, is going to be on PS4.
I don't think of it. I think that's one of the reasons why we've got this
And the
gets
DLC
remaster.
is not on the PS4 version, Craig. You can only buy it with the PS5 version.
Yeah,
Well,
the DLC is
This is mental
PS5.
to me.
Yeah, it is.
I
It
know
is
Final
mental.
Fantasy is trendy and all that, and they've repackaged it and given it a silly name that no one can say or understand. Basically, what this is like Gears of War 5, next gen upgrade, and the Hivebuster DLC. That's basically what it is, but they've
Yeah.
just packaged it and like marketed it in a way that like trendy people will go,
Yeah,
"Oh my
and it's
God."
like if Xbox said, right, well, you can't get Hive Busters on Xbox One, it's only on Series X.
Yeah,
That's
how much was Hivebusters? Like,
it's 15
yeah, like it was easy. You
or
know what I
free
mean?
on Game
You just,
Pass.
yeah, you got your next gen upgrade straight away. Boom, easy. Download Hivebusters, easy.
Yeah, and this is a conversation we are going to have at some point. I probably might even do it next week. That might be a good topic for next week. But Xbox is just handling this transition better because they've thought about it. PlayStation just haven't thought about it. The consoles are not designed to do it, and it's just and
They
it is
believe
kind
in
of cheeky.
generations, Dave. That's why.
Well, apparently so, until they put all their games on both. But yeah, it is disappointing the way they're rolling this out. I have no doubt if you haven't played the game and you have a PS5, it's a great game. Is it worth 70 quid? Probably not. I don't think any game's worth 70 quid. But it's a great game. I loved 7 Remake last year. It was was it last year? It was last year. It was one of my games of the year last year.
Yeah.
I think it was
Yeah, last
second
year,
behind Mafia for me. But yeah, I can't justify 20 quid on DLC. As cool as it is, as much as I love the characters, I'll just wait.
Yeah, what you're saying about the trophies and that, yeah, it's a weird one. I think it's going to be similar to, like, on my trophy video, I have Last of Us twice on it, and, like, on the PS3, I've just got, like, 2 trophies, basically, like, finish the game and whatever. And I got no DLC trophies, and then on PS4 I've got Last of Us Remastered. I got no in the main game trophies, so I have to play it again. But I got the TLC trophies of Left Behind.
that is-
I can see this being a similar case.
It's so
Play
stupid.
Yuffie.
Sounds like a mess.
It is.
You have the Yuffie DLC trophies. But you wouldn't have the main game trophies.
It's one of those
yeah.
things that people don't bring up enough because obviously, like, everyone's a pony on Twitter and stuff, so you can't escape. But it is like mad. It's mad that you have to think about it. If it was on Xbox, you know that it would be fine. That's the difference. Like if I said, right, Craig, game X is coming to Xbox from Xbox One enhanced, you know, all right, cool. So my trophies will be the same game. I'll get the same trophies. Oh, sorry, achievements. You know, it will be this, that, or whatever. But you know, you're comfortable knowing that your save will carry over, all that kind of stuff. Unless it's this is a different game.
It would do it all for you as well.
There has been, obviously, you've had the case of Control and NBA, where that's not happened on Xbox, where they've done it as separate games. But that's
on
the
the
only.
publisher, though, isn't it?
Yeah, like, and the difference is that neither of those games are exclusive.
No.
Like, if it was an exclusive game, like, I don't know, say Sunset Overdrive, for layman's sake, came to Series S and X as a, like, Sunset Overdrive Intergrade, and it's the same game with a bit of DLC, you kind of know, right, well, at least my save will carry over without me having to do anything. You know that's what will happen. But anyway, let's move on to the next one before me and Craig
Anyway, the same,
anger the ponies anymore.
Also on the same day is Guilty Gear Strive, one of Craig's fantasy credit pickups, which does look very good.
People like the beta.
For this, hopefully score more than Ratchet and Clank, and for Chris to lose his mind. That is my dream. I'm looking forward to this day.
It will do well, but I don't know if it will do as well as Ratchet and Clank. But we'll see. Again,
It's
obviously,
a trendy fighting game. It has every chance, isn't it?
Neither of me and Craig are going to buy it. No. will probably buy it, play it once, and then sell it. So he'll give us
it's
a full
PS5
review.
and PS4 exclusive. So no, it might be PC as well. I'm not 100% sure on that.
I've never watched Guilty Gear, and I've played a couple of the fighting games at friends' houses. It's like not enough for me to buy it for sure.
Yeah, sure. So that is the thing. Obviously, that day is free, basically PS5 exclusives. So a big day. So
one of them is just an upgrade. Isn't it?
Two of them are PS4 games.
Well, yeah, but Yuffie's only on PS5.
DLC, innit?
And I haven't got PS4.
Stretch,
I haven't got PS4, so.
But yeah,
it's exclusive to PlayStation.
That's the day that Chris buys a PlayStation if he can get one. If he can get one, he gets
PS5
paid like 4 days after that or whatever. So.
Yeah. On the same day, though, is Ninja Gaiden Master Collection.
I kind of want this, but not enough to buy it because I know it's hard. But all 3 games are great. Is it physical and everything, or is it just digital on Xbox?
Only physical in Japan.
Okay, cool.
But it is in English. So if you wanted the physical, you just import it.
Great games. All 3 of them are great games. Ninja Gaiden 1 / I think is it Sigma edition?
Yeah, I believe so.
Really great hack and slash. 2 is great hack and slash, and Razor's Edge is a really good version of that game. I believe it even has co-op. The Wii U version definitely did, so I imagine that's carried over. Is it 30 quid or is it 40?
I think it's 32 or something. It's an odd price.
They're good games. Very hard though. And I imagine you could pick up all 3 of those games on 360 or original Xbox for way less than 30. But if you like those type of games, its collections are very popular at the moment, so it's probably worth your time. Not something I'm buying, obviously, but you never know.
What about you on them, Craig? Interested in Ninja Gaiden?
Dave analogy, I'd rather just slam my head into a brick wall repeatedly, I think.
Yeah, they are those type of games.
Yeah, okay. And then there's one more game on that day. There's a lot happening on the 11th, and E3 kicks off then as well. But the other one is Game Builder Garage from Nintendo.
No.
I quite like the look of this.
Just download Unity if you want to make a game. It's free.
There's no physical release in Europe, which seems like okay, why? Which seems very weird. Yeah, I think it looks.
You can attach a mouse to make easy to make games. There is lots of game publishing software that can do that. You can even try Dreams on the PlayStation. But
so realistically, Chris, you tend to buy these game builder games. Do you really play them? Did you really play Dreams that much?
No, so Dreams I just played, but I played their Dream. They made. I messed around with a few of the iterations other people made, and that was it.
Probably not worth it then, is it?
No,
well, I guess there's obviously difference in there. This is 22 quid, Dreams is 40, so.
On the day, considering when it's coming out and all the games you just listed, I can't see that doing great things outside of the pure Nintendo crew. There you go.
Excellent. Okay, the 22nd is Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance,
which is coming to Game Pass day 1.
It is, because I've talked about this one, I think, before on the podcast, and I thought it looked good. 4-player co-op, third-person hack and slash in that vein of Left 4 Dead, and obviously we've got Back 4 Blood and Dark Tide, where they're first-person shooters.
7,000 of those games coming out this year, aren't there?
Well, this one is a third-person fantasy one. The problem I always thought of it's not that expensive. I think it's like 30 quid. It's one of these it's just I buy it. Who's playing it with me? But obviously, with it being in Game Pass, it's that is very good news. And it's cross-play, so obviously it's on PC Game Pass as well, which was, I think, a good get. That it's on PC Game Pass, so because Outriders it's not on Game Pass PC, so I didn't think it would, but yeah.
It will review badly because it looks cheap, without being harsh. I think it will be very popular with a lot of people because it's a co-op game. It's around about just after E3 when people are really excited about games. It's coming to Game Pass. It looks fine. It's not going to be a 70+. I don't think. I think it'll be like a 60-ish rated game, just because it seems quite cheap. But we've all played worse games, and games are better with co-op, right? So unless Dark Tide literally drops like that week,
which it could
do because E3. But it's one of those I'd probably give it a go. Why not?
You, Craig? It's on Game Pass.
Yeah, exactly the same. I never would have bought this because, like you say, it doesn't look particularly amazing. But on Game Pass, give it a go. It will have its week in the sun, like all these Game Pass releases always do.
100%.
Yeah. Right, and then on the 24th of June, we have Alex Kidd Miracle World.
DX.
Yeah, DX.
So we talk about retro games. Craig's run off because obviously just no interest. This is the one game I have pre-ordered.
Okay.
So the only game I have pre-ordered right now is this game. I'm probably going to get it on Xbox. It's cheaper than Switch. And I'm really excited because Alex Kidd is one of the very first games I ever played on the Master System back in the very, very early 90s because I'm old. And I'm looking forward to play it again. It looks really cute. They fixed the big problem with the game, which was the boss fights. The boss fights originally were literally rock, paper, scissors. So you would get them wrong and then die because it was all luck. But they fixed that. It's like actual boss fight. It's a slightly enhanced remake of an ancient game, much like Monster Boy. It looks like that. You can play it with old graphics, all that kind of stuff. I like that the Master System is getting some love now. It's weird that is the console people are nostalgic for. But obviously over here in the UK, Alex Kidd is very popular. So yeah, that's a game I want to get. I think it's way cheaper digitally. I think it's like 15 quid digitally and 25 physically, apart from Switch, which is 30 because obviously Switch. But yeah, I'll be picking that up.
Yeah, not one for me. I didn't really play much Master System, so Alex Kidd doesn't really do anything for me. Where I think Sega platformers, I think Sonic from like the Mega Drive, not Alex Kidd, unfortunately.
Because you're not a real Sega fan, Chris.
Yeah.
I believe we actually had this on the Mega Drive back in the day or something like that.
There was Alex Kidd games on the Mega Drive. This one specifically was a Master System game. They were always weird games, but I like the idea that you're a bigger Sega fan than Chris as well. So obviously Judgment's a Sega game.
Yeah.
Chris doesn't like Sega. You can spread that rumor. It's all true.
No, just like Yuji Naka
Who?
made Sonic, that great game Balan Wonderworld. No one apart from me played.
It's you and Pete Dorr, the only two people in the whole of YouTube that like that game.
Yep.
The old hipsters.
Yeah. But on that same day, talking about old games, we've got Legend of Mana remastered.
I can't keep up with this. How many times have they remastered all the Mana games? This is like the weird one where you like play stuff, right? The PS1
Yeah, this is the one that was on PS1,
Yeah,
so.
okay. No one wants this game. This and the other games. There's another one that's like this, isn't it? Is it Saga? There's two similar games they showed in that showcase.
Yes, Saga's the one that's
on
just
the Direct,
Yeah.
Nintendo Direct.
Yeah,
Yeah, this looks awful.
I think you're thinking of Saga. Saga's the one that looks awful and should come out.
They both
this one looks quite good.
They both look
This one looks quite good. Yeah.
Legend of Mana, I don't think it was ever massively loved because it's kind of a weird Mana game because of the whole.
I don't think we got it here in Europe, so that
you
also...
have to make your own world basically. You place towns and stuff, kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced. Is physical only on Switch, right, or is it on everything?
No, it's digital on PlayStation and Switch, no Xbox version,
Xbox,
which is disappointing.
It's disappointing.
It's like if you like those type of games,
I would sooner buy it on Xbox than Switch for achievements and stuff.
I own Collection of Mana and Trials of Mana on Switch, physically. Amanda likes them a lot, so maybe she'll get it, but it's probably a wait for a sale at most. But I'm not running out to play Legend of Mana, if I'm honest with you.
That's a shame.
Are you gonna buy it?
Doubt it, because literally the day after 2 games I've got pre-ordered.
So how
There's
many games?
no way you'd play it.
How many
There's
pre-order
no way
games
you'd
are we
play
up to now, Chris?
I have 3 pre-ordered from them
So far,
in
till
Q2.
you buy your PS5.
Right, okay. On the 25th is Mario Golf Super Rush.
This is the game of the
Obviously
year.
for the Switch.
I don't have it pre-ordered because there's a lot of things happening around that time that I have to spend money on. But you can play as King Bobom from Mario 64.
Yeah.
What more do you need in a golf game?
Not a lot more, really.
This is the
very
one game.
good.
If Craig had a Switch, this would be the one game he pre-ordered this year. But he doesn't have a Switch, so he hasn't. This would be Craig's game of the year.
I think this is going to do surprisingly well for you on the fantasy.
I think it will
as well.
too. I think people really miss Mario Golf because it's been a long time since it came out, especially on console. So
we haven't had a Mario Golf game on console since the Cube, because the one on Wii was a port.
Yeah, but I don't even think they ported that on the Wii.
No, I don't actually. Now thinking about it, was tennis.
The 3DS one was the most recent one, Open World Tour or whatever. But no, I think that Craig's right. I think this will do well. That's why I picked it up. I think it's the only game we all bid on, didn't we? I think.
Yeah.
I thought it would do well. I thought it's a Nintendo game, so I can't see it doing less than 80. But we'll see.
Yeah, and then the same day as Scarlet Nexus, which, like I said,
Yeah,
pre-ordered after playing the demo.
Snuck up on us, hasn't it? That's
yeah.
like
I don't really know what that game is, so I kind of need to play the demo and see. Because is it like it's more like a action? Is it like a hack and slashy kind of game?
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, controlling your character, they can use the psychic ability to use the right trigger to like chuck bricks or whatever
Right. Okay.
at the enemies and that. And then you use the right bumper and then the face buttons to use the other character's abilities that you have with you. So like RB and no right bumper and B use the firepower, and then like your character will then like chuck and
So
fire. This is what I was
it's
saying.
literally Astral Chain. Then is what you're saying? Like it's literally the
Yeah,
same.
yeah.
Okay.
I
I
guess.
might try the demo. Tales of
You can
Arise
also
is
got
the one I
some-
want more, but
And you also got your sword and stuff like that, but that's also psychic powers, and your psychic meter goes down. So even if you're
you're
pressing
just saying words now, Chris. We haven't got. A
so
clue.
even if you're pressing X to use your knives with the girl, the big sword with the guy, your psychic meter's going down. So you have to like wait and let that go up on stuff to use your powers again. So you can't just bash the X button and hope for the best. You've got to be a bit tactical. And like I said, the abilities for the characters, like this character, if enemy has oil, use your fire. You got to but it's all real time, so it's not like turn based. You got to think like on the sort of fly, and then when you power it up, you go like all Super Saiyan and stuff like that in it. So
is this a pre-order? for you?
intriguing.
yeah, I've pre-ordered it. Like I said, there's 3 games I've pre-ordered: the World's End Club, Mario Golf, and Scarlet Nexus. So
Nice. Does it
Yeah, I
interest
want
you?
to
Chris?
see. I'm interested to see how it does because this is like the big one that Xbox has been pushing on it for like their Japanese games.
Yeah, it's one of the two.
This was at their event last year, so it'd be interesting to see how it does.
yeah,
This year is the Craig were on tour of Japan, as they're the only ones bringing out games. As I said, I'm going to beat more Japanese games than you two this year, and I'm going
Yeah,
to blow
probably.
about it like crazy.
100%. Yeah,
So-
that's gonna happen.
It could be.
Although there is
might
Pokemon
happen.
at the end of the year, so I'll probably beat that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Of the two, I mean, I'm looking forward to Tales of Arise way more. So
Yeah,
we'll see. That's
which-
September.
September.
Yeah, that's probably a day one Xbox down. I might even like pre-order that soon digitally and get that on Xbox because it looks really cool. And I would like to support ye old Japanese games on the Xbox. So cool.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like Legend of Mana, like sooner have it on. If an option to Xbox over Switch, that would be preferred, but there isn't. But to finish off on the 29th of June, we have Disgaea 6, which is its Switch exclusive, which they changed the art style, which I've seen a lot of people do not like that they've changed it. I like the new art style, but I've not really played much Disgaea games in the past. So for me, as like sort of a new player, I like the new art style, but I know a lot of people do not because
Did
it's
you
got
not buy
more.
Disgaea 5 when it came to Switch?
No,
Sure.
I own Disgaea games on Vita.
Yeah, we haven't played any of them. have you?
I haven't bought one on Switch.
I
or
played.
PS4.
I've played Disgaea 2, 3, and 4, and they're kind of all the same. They're strategy RPGs. They're crazy. They're just weird, crazy Japanese games. But to be honest, I think they could have waited on 6 because 5 didn't come out that long ago, and like I
No,
said,
I
they're
don't
kind
think
of
it
all
did.
the same. But yeah, I'm not playing it as a Switch exclusive. Definitely not. Definitely not. If you,
No,
you
I-
need achievements or trophies to force yourself through some of those games sometimes, and
Yeah,
yeah, no, thank
Yeah.
you. Definitely not a Craig game either. I think you'd take one look at a trailer for that game and be like, oh god, no, please.
what
please
is
never show
this?
me
It'd
that
be
again,
like,
yeah. Why is there a
Yeah.
penguin? Why is he the coolest character?
dude. And then on the last day is the last game. 29th of June is a double pack. That's Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Ghoul Patrol. I can't say it.
Ghoul Patrol.
Ghoul. Grabbed by the Ghoulies? No.
Is this just Switch game?
No, Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, everything
Ooh,
digital.
Xbox. Ooh.
I knew that would get you psyched.
Ooh. If it's
David-
well priced, they're really fun co-op games from the Super Nintendo. So I might pick them up.
I think it might be
that's
15 or
tempting.
20.
It's tempting.
So
Craig.
it's around that sort of price.
Is
Yeah,
it
I
on the
knew
store
that's-
already? Because I'll
Yeah,
have a
it's
look.
already on-
Let's have a
on
see if
store.
it's got Because if that's got online co-op, I'll be honest.
Those games
Great
are
stuff.
always a lot harder than you remember them being, aren't they? Like when you look
Oh,
back at those games from that gen.
Yeah, it's weird because so these are top-down co-op like shooters almost. Like they were quite fun back in the day. They really were on the ye old Super Nintendo. But yeah, I think they'll do quite well. I think I
haven't got it.
I think I owned Ate My Neighbors on Super Nintendo.
I was thinking if I got the Mega Drive one, but I don't.
But yeah, have you seen any of these games, Craig?
Yeah, no idea.
If they were cheap, if they were on Game Pass, I think you would like them. Which is the famous last words for Craig, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Disney Lucas published game, so I don't think they've ever put anything on Game Pass I can think of.
Indiana Jones coming up, I guess.
Yeah.
Game Pass, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
£11.24. What a weird price.
It's obviously converted from.
Chris has forgotten about DreamWorks Spirit Lucky's Big Adventure, which is a horse riding game. That's coming out in June as well. Chris has forgot about that.
I look forward to Ray playing that on stream.
And yeah, Ninja Gaiden, £36.
Nice.
I'm just checking if Chris has missed anything, because not that I don't trust him, but
yeah, there's lots missed from the list, but I just thought some of them, like your Dreams Spirit one, no one would have anything to say.
What about Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection, Chris? Sorry, I went on a tangent then. There is Tour de France 2021, which is one of Chris's favourite reviewed games when he reviewed Tour de France 2017 all those years ago.
Yeah.
Nice. So I haven't got a running total, but I think of those games announced, there's a couple we're all interested in. I think for me and Craig, Hired Gun is potentially the biggest sleeper hit of those.
Or Biomutant, yeah.
Biomutant is so soon that I just want it to do well. You know, it's just every time I watch a trailer for that game, I'm like, oh, this could be really good. So, you know, maybe that'll be the big Craig pickup next week. We'll see.
It could be first game that we all pick up or something.
Oh, I won't be buying it next week. Sorry, Pengy. Yeah. Sorry to burst that bubble for you. There is still much of Mass Effect to be completed. Lots and lots of Mass Effect to be done. So yeah, that's the topic of the show. It's just a quick look at stuff that's coming out soon. Obviously, Chris will update you with all his pre-orders and purchases every week.
Only 3 pre-orders
so far.
Well then, Mario and Scarlet.
Yeah, and when he gets a PS5, we will let you know. So before we round off, is there anything you want to tell anyone, guys? Any games you are looking forward to playing to this week? Any achievements you're looking to get? Any trophies you're looking to get? Anything like that at all? Chris Pengelly, on the spot.
I started last night and didn't actually mention playing because literally it was played an hour last night. I've gone back to Nier Replicant again, so I'm heading for ending ABC. I'm going for
I like that you have to do that then. You have to be like, what's that have to be? Is it F?
No, I was going to say
I'm
3.
excited. It's back on. I thought this was off. This was off. It was done, but it is back on, Dave. It was off, but now it's on again.
I was going to say 3, but it's C. So this is the one. This is the one playthrough. It's like, because this is exactly the same as the second playthrough to the end, compared to the end. So it's like, right, I need to get this done so I can get to D and E. That's what I, want to get to. So especially E is basically what I want to get to because obviously that's new content.
New content and more achievements. That's what you want.
That's the new content. That is the true ending. Far as I'm aware, it's now what's considered the true ending, and it's the one that links it to Dragon Guard and Nier Automata apparently as well. That's what I've not. I've not seen it.
I have seen it.
I've not seen it. Yeah, I just want to really get to that, and the only way I can get to that is I need C is going to be my longest playthrough until I get to E, because I can mess around with the save for D, just load up a save and do a different choice. But yeah, it's just like I got to play the same boss like the 4th time, fun. But yeah, that's what I'm back
Ray
on.
play that the other day, and the music for this is incredible.
Oh, it's fantastic. The music's, the lyrics are just its own language, and that, and Yoko Taro is a pretty mad guy.
Yeah, I mean, Nier is low key their best franchise at the moment. Because the Nier Automata and Replicant are both sold well and reviewed well, like much better than the most recent. Well, not sold better than Final Fantasy, but like they're reviewed so much better than the most recent Final Fantasy games, better than Bravely Default, better than Octopath. I think they both games are reviewed better
possibly.
than that. So like low key, Yoko Taro can kind of do what he wants now. I think, and I think his next game is literally whatever he wants. I believe he said in an interview. So,
and they got the same composer, I think, on board for the soundtrack. And Reincarnation's also coming to the West soon, but it's on
that game
mobile.
looks really good. It's such a shame it's a mobile game. I really hope that gets ported. It's basically a turn-based RPG set in that world, and it looks really nice for a mobile game. Like, it looks beautiful. So I'm really hoping that gets ported to like Xbox or PlayStation or something. So
I can see it getting ported to Switch. I can see ports to Switch. Don't know why. I just automatically think.
You know what Square Enix is like for pocket editions and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Cool. That's cool.
But that's really my plan, unless Biomutant reviews well on Tuesday or whatever when it comes out.
And obviously for Craig, it's finishing Judgment.
Yeah,
this is the plan this week. Obviously, next week we'll probably be doing the show on a Saturday because Sunday we're busy.
No, we're not doing the show on Saturday.
Why are you at work?
No, Champions League final.
Yeah.
No, don't worry about that, Chris.
Yeah. Me and Craig.
I know what Arsenal don't know what Europe is anymore, but
Wow, look at that! When you're a Glory fan and you're a plastic Glory fan, you can say what you want. Well, me and Craig will record the show next week anyway, and we'll stick up a picture of Sergio Aguero or something for Chris. Put it in a square underneath us. But yeah, thank you for watching, people. We will see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.